Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. And each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. If you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go. What's good, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Glad to be back with y'all. Let me get this thing popped off the right way, man. I love that beat, man. We got to keep that thing rocking, bro. That beat go fire. I know y'all rocking with it, man. Shout out to my boy C-Day, man. My boy Murder Baby, man, with that fire right there, man. We got a good sample off of that moment. Man, how y'all like to do setup? We got set up, y'all. We got set up. We here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into the chat. I'm glad to see everybody. I see y'all, Khalil, Zach. I see y'all. Hey, y'all wasn't expecting to live. This is really a test run, y'all. This is a true test run. I went on ahead. I said, I'm going to dial in. I'm going to figure it out today. We're going to figure it out. What we got to do to keep our live streams up and active. What's up, Jason? My boy back in here active. I see everybody in the chat, man. We got 51 total between both platforms on the Unplanned Live. So y'all go ahead and like and share the stream. Let everybody know that we're live here on the Coach Smook Network. I got to get used to looking at the camera, looking at y'all right there with the background going on. What's good? My guy, Deshaun, what's good? Popping in here. How you feeling, man? Ain't seen you around here in a minute. Lee Bay, that's my baby. What's up, girl? How you feeling? Welcome, man. Thank you for supporting. Everybody pulling up, supporting today. Y'all, I'm giddy today because the amount of space I'm working with now, man, the setup is coming together. We still got a few things to fix up. Y'all see all the lenses back here. We got the lenses, got our note cards. We're getting a lot more organized this year. We coming into this year, gonna be a lot more organized. We got a few of the players supposed to be checking in today, so a lot of good content. And today there is no set schedule on the show. We'll be opening up for phone conversations. Whatever the topics are surrounding Alabama football will be the topics of conversation for the first hour and a half of this show. So here in about 15 minutes, we're going to give everybody a chance to dive in But what I'm going to do is to kind of build the show up is I'm going to allow you all like a few moments as we check in and allow everybody to kind of flood in. I'm going to give you all a few moments to kind of just address some topics around Alabama football, conversations, articles, anything. Put it in the chat. Let's talk about it today, because I'm definitely going to be starting some comments today. We're getting back to our interactive phase of the live shows, of the call-in shows. So not so much more of a narrative anymore. Getting back into the conversation. So I'm excited to see what y'all got going on today in regards to Alabama football. Yo, my people. Hey, what's up, fam? My fam Tam, Slim and Slime Show. Y'all make sure y'all go check out their YouTube, man. Couples content, man. If y'all looking for some more quality couples content, go check out the fam, man. They are a bunch of clowns, if I could say that, with all due respect, because this family right here. Welcome in. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Square Business is in the building. Square. Got to get you on the phone line today. I want to hear some of your thoughts. Y'all run up the comments right now. Let me know. What are the topics? What are we talking about this offseason? Y'all see the locks is trying to really grow, bro. I don't know if y'all remember. This one was the bad one. This one was going bad. Like, it was, God is really blessing your boy. But nah, I'm so glad to be here today. Y'all just don't know. It's been tough trying to get the other location set up. We got a hard wire over there. Over here, we got a solid connection at headquarters. So we're going to get back to doing majority of our live shows over here and doing a lot of our mobile content at the temporary spot. So y'all continue to run it up. Rico, my brother, dropping a like over there on Facebook. I appreciate y'all. And we just giving everybody time to pull up, man. That's why we ain't dove into the conversation yet. You get to just run up the comments right now, though. Run up the comments right now. What are we going to talk about? We got Bama basketball coming up later in the show. Both men's team has an LSU game tonight. Going to be talking about that one. A big conference matchup for our men's team to kind of solidify what we kind of feel like they are, which is the best team in the SEC and one of your top 3-4 teams in the country, especially when we're playing our best brand of basketball. And that's our men's team. Then our women's team, we have a game Sunday against Vanderbilt. I hope y'all excited about that one, because I am. This Vanderbilt women's team hasn't been playing the best form of basketball, but they can get hot and get streaky. So we definitely need our ladies dialed in coming in against Vanderbilt. Guess what, y'all? BT of the Coach Smook Network is just tapping in. Y'all, we got a short that we're going to be pulling up, man. A short that we're going to be posting here on the YouTube channel and on the Coach Smook Network TikTok. Our new media personality, BT, is diving into our recruiting, Alabama recruiting insider. So we're teaching him the ropes, trying to get his name out there so we can continue to spread the Coach Smook Network, man. It's not meant for me to wear all the hats. I want to share this platform with multiple people who are dialed in and really bought in, not just for clout or clicks, not people that just want to be on a video screen, because it ain't for everybody. You know, there's a time and a season for everything. And I feel like we're crossing over, even on this network, we're crossing over into a new phase. And I think there's a place for panel content. But as far as Coach Smook, it's time to transition. And what we're bringing to the table this coming season, this coming spring, you guys will be glad that you stuck around and supported the Coach Smook Network and stay true. Stay true. I appreciate everybody's support. And we got my brother Nick jumping in with the first super chat on the stream, man. Y'all want to listen. Y'all want to really put a smile on your boy's face. Show up and don't even say nothing. Like, and just drop a super chat. My boy Nick is in every one of my streams. If he's not in one of my in the stream live, he comes back and he shares, he likes everything. He's not even a Alabama fan. He just been with me since I was doing game content. So when people like him pop up, and I know they busy, I know they working, I gotta acknowledge you. Nick, appreciate you for donating on the super chat. He says stopping by to support the best streamer around. Listen, man, they don't call me a streamer no more. I ain't even gonna get into that. We ain't gonna start. I ain't gonna let Mary J fuss at me today. Appreciate you for the $10 super chat. And if you want to become a co-sponsor on today's stream, let me run this banner real quick. Want to be a co-sponsor on today's stream? Check the banner at the bottom. 5 gifted memberships, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, direct donations, and all super chats. Meaning it don't matter. We're getting off that agenda. I had to, old team told me put a limit. No, whatever super chats I'm appreciative of. that will acknowledge you as a co-sponsor on today's stream, man. And let me get the banner updated. I don't even know where the new banner is, y'all. There it is. Let me move it up so I don't have to go searching for it. And also we got 2 people coming on as producers, going to be training them as producers here on the Coach Smook Network. Getting them ready to help run the show so this thing can run smooth, y'all. We got a high demand for our content. So definitely want to give y'all the best quality available. Let me cancel this right here and then move up here and find it. And y'all, I got a new mic stand that I just put together. So if y'all see me messing with this thing a lot today, it's because I put it together. I made it. Your boy getting it out the mud. All right, so let me see. Let me get my boy Nick in here. My boy Nick. Let's go, man. Nick the mod. My boy, man. Hey, it's good to see you too, bro. Hope everything going good in your life, man. Listen, got 73 in the chat. Make sure we run the likes up. Who I got on like duty this morning? What's up, Mary J? Mary J, I'm being good this morning. I promise. Mary J, I'm being good. What's up, Matt? Welcome in this morning. Let's see if Kimberly's not in here. Let's get somebody on a like count because I really want to be able to have the comments on the stream today, y'all. It's important for me to make sure that we keep the comments rolling across the screen because I really want to get back to our interactive content. I'm not saying that we got away from it, but I do feel like that's where the source of our brand came from, being able to interact with the chat. So give me a second. I gotta put this other thumbnail out there. That boy be working. I be quadruple tasking around this mug. What's up, Ethan, man? My boy Milkman in the building. Y'all tapping in for real. Hey, what's crazy is we got gaming content on the second part of the Subathon. Today's objective, we're trying to get to 3K subs today. We're trying to get to 3K. So help your boy reach a goal. We're staying live for all debates. We want all the smoke. If you're an Auburn fan, Clemson fan, I know we got people on Twitter watching. Let's see. How many we got on Twitter? We got 47 on Twitter watching. We got 25 on YouTube. Listen, share it up. I'm opening the phone lines today, and we are going to talk about everything. We starting off with our Alabama football, though. We're going to be starting off with our Alabama football. That's the hottest debate right now, hottest talk right now. Just how quiet it is surrounding everything. But we're going to go over like some of the recruiting aspects I'm seeing from this staff, some of the moves that they're making in recruiting. Going to highlight some of our 25 guys. Y'all see my screen back here working. I don't know if I want this screen up in front of y'all. I be giving away my socks. Going to be talking about that, but then we're also going to be talking about just how this roster is going to shape out. We're going to be talking about the quarterback battle, what the wide receiver rotation is going to look like, defensive line, areas on the field where we're really going to see a lot of new faces. We're going to open up the phone lines and have those conversations. So y'all get ready to call in, man. Y'all be ready to call in today, and we're going to allow the conversations to go 10 to 12 minutes. So we can give everybody time to kind of divulge and just speak and be ready to talk, y'all. I don't want to carry the conversation today. I want y'all to really speak. So all my people that tune in that love to talk, man, hopefully we got Greg ready to call in. We got Davin, we got Zach. Y'all know Zach ready on the ready. Hopefully we got some Twitter folks that's ready to chime in. If you on Twitter right now, retweet this. And I'm watching Twitter right now. I got the Twitter feed up. Retweet this and let me know what your thoughts is on any Alabama topics that you want to discuss today. We can get into it today. And so our gaming stream, our part 2 of our subathon today, we're going to go 4 hours here, and then we're going to take a 30-minute break. Then we'll be back with some different style of content. Got some prank phone calls set up for y'all today. Got a lot of crazy fun stuff set up for y'all today. If y'all just tap in and join in the fun and just open up your hearts to receive the good vibes, I guarantee you're going to enjoy yourself here today on the Coach Smook Network. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody that's currently a AAA member. If you're not a member of the AAA family, man, make sure you think about joining the AAA family. I want to go ahead and put this thank you message out because this is the last time y'all going to see these infomercials. The original commercial, we're going to run it. And then, no, I'm going to run this thank you appreciation. This is the last time because we're turning the page, even not just in the Alabama football era or college football era, but Coach Smook Network is turning the page, y'all. And I hope you all that are here that really enjoyed the journey thus far, through all the turmoil, through all the the flips and turns and the backstabbing and all that. I really hope y'all are ready for this next phase, because we're really about to take off. And a few people may be saying a lot of things, but a lot of people are saying one thing, and that's the vision of this network is something to truly believe in, right? When you don't make it about yourself, when you make it about the vision and you make it about what your passion created for you, right? Because this is what my passion created for me. My passion to want to help the next level of athletes, whether it's male or female, right? The next generation of athlete. We want to impact them through education, proper exposure, quality media interaction, right? That's what our brand is found on. That's why we became Recruiting Insider for Alabama. That's why we work to get inside and start building these relationships, because we want quality content and informative, creative content around these players and these athletes. Even if they're not going to Alabama, we're talking about our under the radar recruit series is going to be kicking off next week. Well, the first week of February. We actually been getting our lineup together. We got a little clip, a short or a promo ad or whatever you want to call it. We got one getting ready to launch next Thursday, and we're going to run it every show, every live show. We're going to run it so we can continue to encourage all you high school athletes that's checking in on my show on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. You checking in on my shorts. I see your messages. I'm getting a roster. And right now we have 74 kids right now that have seen our posts on Twitter at some point in time between last week and now. 74 kids who want to be featured. And so I need a team. I need a team that wants to help organize this, because that's what it's about, man. Giving these kids a platform and getting eyes on the channel so that coaches can see it. I have 6 or 7 coaches right now, college coaches that are actively engaged in college coaching right now, that I talk to maybe once every other week or twice a week, sometimes with some of them, personal partners that are now coaching. And they have analyst friends that tune into our recruiting segments and tune into the show, especially in the state of Alabama. Our Alabama fans, we're growing. We're starting to reach a lot of Alabama fans who really want to talk quality football and get into some good content around it. So thank y'all for y'all supporting that. But this is the last time y'all going to see this one, and then we'll have a new one set up for y'all starting off the show next week. Thank y'all for y'all support. And for everybody that's been a part of this phase, what's up, Taylor? How you feeling? Appreciate you. I want to talk about. But for all of you that's been a part of this phase of the Coach Smook Network, thank you. Thank you. For ones that's come and gone, truly, thank you. And you know, there's some things out there. I can't wait till we have to, you know, cross those bridges. But there's some opportunities out there that when we cross those bridges, man, there's no turning back. There's no turning back, and I'm grateful for it. And as we watch this commercial this last time, I want y'all to really think on it. I'm gonna actually pull something else up too. I'm gonna pull something else up because we turning the page, y'all. Let's do a reflection moment. We ain't done a 2024 reflection. Let's do a slight reflection. This is the last welcome to the AAA video, right? This is ours. This is ours right here. Just like Mary J say, this is ours. So let's just go down memory lane. This is the last time. I know y'all saw that at the beginning of the show. I'm gonna play it one more last time and the thank you. And then the next time y'all see something like this, thanking my AAA fam, it'll be some fresh, new 2025 vibes for the Coach Smook Network and the AAA family. Y'all check it out. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. And each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. If you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Welcome. First of all, I just want to say thank you for joining the AAA family. By doing so, you have committed to supporting this channel monetarily, and for that, I could not thank you enough. I'm glad that you saw fit to contribute to the growth of this network, and because of that, you have access to all the behind the scenes content that we're going to be placing on this channel, backstage access to all the vlogs, VODs. We got all types of content. You will have early access to it. Also, any event that you see come out with outside with Coach Smook or anything sponsored or partnered with Coach Smook, it will be preferred, and we will all make sure that we're all taken care of. This community is going to continue to grow. Don't miss out on any opportunities to network. We have other content creators. We have business owners. We got entrepreneurs. This is Coach Smook Network because we believe in networking. We want to uplift the community. So thank you for contributing to helping that mission, seeing that goal. And that's really what we're here for, right? We're here to uplift and continue to grow. So thank you for all your contributions and welcome to the family. AAA SOS.
To go viral. If you love the skin that you in, make some damn noise. Follow me. Left, right. Left, here we go and right. Lean to my left, right. Left, right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your main man, DJ E-Rock. We live in Tuscaloosa tonight. Tell me, Tony, DJ E-Rock, how many?
Y'all, this was a crazy day. I think I don't want to watch the whole thing because I just wanted y'all to kind of just let's talk about it. Let's go back through this year, man. Turning the page, the moments of this past year, man, that kind of just kind of shaped this whole season for the network, man. You guys have been a part of some crazy growth, man. I'm talking about some crazy twists and turns. I mean, even before the season started, how we even ended up here at the Coach Smook Network, right? You know, the situation with the last channel we was on, we came over here. We kind of started with no real direction, just knowing that we wanted to continue to do what we were doing over there and what we were doing before we were over there and what we were doing before we were on the Bama Standard, before we were doing call-ins on Touchdown Alabama, post-game shows on TD8. Like, we wanted to continue to just talk Alabama football, talk college football, talk recruiting. And it's kind of developed into something bigger than what we thought it would be. And what's crazy is a lot of things that I continue to try to do in this industry is like they're becoming second nature. So the thought process behind it isn't as strenuous. So all this extra space is creating an opportunity for more growth, right? One, but also just to kind of connect with the right people. And so talking about last year, man, we had George T come on. We had a bunch of the recruits come on. We had Mick Gillespie. We had, Clint Lamb, just a lot of your talking heads of Alabama football, reliable resources and talking heads. You talk about, what's my guy, man? The freaking insider writer cover for Rodney Orr. You have Rodney Orr coming on. Stephen Smith, man. Like, all of these talking heads that the voices of Alabama football that you really want to hear. We had them, and we made these solid connections through the Coach Smook Network in the first 6 months of us launching. So that's all by the grace of God. That's all thanks to God. Definitely can't forget that. But let's talk about some of the things that happened last season. And today, on today's second part of our subathon, don't forget, share the stream. Let everybody know that we're trying to get to our 3K subscriber goal here on YouTube. Make sure we got people following the YouTube channel, coming in, liking and sharing the stream. Make sure you come in, like, share the stream, and make sure you're subscribing because we're really trying to get to that goal. 3K. Got a few more days to try to reach it. I believe we can do it. But just talk about how the season shaped out. You know, we came into last spring covering spring ball with Bama football on YouTube, right? And that was a great time. I think we got time. I think we got a time to really see what a fan base looks like in shambles during a tragic situation. Losing the GOAT to retirement. No warning or anything. Shout out to my boy Dougie Fresh coming through with the freaking super chat. Dougie, what's good, my boy? Tapping in. Let me make sure. Let me start doing the banners on this computer. I keep tapping in on the other computer. Let me see. Let's get Dougie on this banner. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat coming in with the big roll tide this morning, this Saturday morning. My boy Dougie Fresh joining the co-sponsor banner of the stream. One more, we hit our goal for the stream. We always looking for at least three co-sponsors on the stream, man. I appreciate y'all support. Likes are way more important, but definitely want to get y'all locked in on the Oh, let me pull this up in the background so we can be uniformed out here. Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. But so appreciate the $4.99 super chat. So sitting here looking at the season, how the spring went off, man. You came into the season, we saw the quarterback battle kind of just shape into a Jalen Milroe. Gonna use the guy that's been proven, we saw it shape into that. Ty Simpson could not create enough high moments to really just take the opportunity and seize the job from Jalen Milroe. We saw that play out. We saw a lot of the transfer guys come in and be immediate impact. We saw the class of 24. A lot of those guys that were originally ranked 4 stars ended up getting 5-star ratings. We saw those guys be immediate impact. Xavier Brown, Jalen Mbakwe, Ryan Williams. I mean, guys just were flying around everywhere. You saw some guys that really didn't get the opportunity in 2023. They step up. Quay Russaw, James Smith. You saw transfers, LT Overton, Damani Jackson, Jeremy Bernard, Josh Cuevas, Parker Brailsford. Saw Caden Proctor return. You saw the running back room come back and really underutilized, but very effective when they were utilized, right? A lot of inconsistencies from our quarterback, Jalen Milroe. We got all those topics we could open up and talk about. So we saw that. We saw the season develop. We saw Western Kentucky come in and he thrashed them. We saw what happened against USF. We get our get back against that against USF. And then who was it? Week 3 before we went to see before we got to see Georgia. Who was it week 3 before Georgia, y'all? You had Western Kentucky week 1. You had USF week 2. Let me pull our schedule up from last season. Somebody said we want to forget that season. No, I actually want to remember it. 9-3 is not a bad year. I don't care what nobody says. 9-3 is not a bad year. Let me see. 2024. We had South Florida, Wisconsin. That's the game we forget about where Jalen Milroe actually, that's when we started seeing the signs. Y'all remember my critique on Milroe in that that Wisconsin game? That's the game where we kind of started seeing some bad habits. What's up, Jordan? How you feeling? What's up, Russell McDaniel? I see you over there on Twitter. Blunt Conversation tapping in, Marquez. Yeah, I see y'all tapping in, pulling up. Big homie 334. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Russell McDaniel coming in asking about Ryan Grubb. Hey, I'm only answering questions on the phone line today. You get what I'm saying? It's a Saturday. Ain't none of y'all at work. We're going to open that phone line up in about 10 minutes. We're going to open that phone line up in about 10 minutes. And all these questions in the chat, ask them online and create your thoughts around it. Give me your thoughts around it. I gave y'all all the information I had on Ryan Grubb. You tap into the lives, you'll know that. You know what I'm saying? Because we really be working. And it's a lot of stuff that I don't tell y'all. And we have people in the chat that I do talk to on a daily. when it comes to that insider stuff. They know why I don't put information out. We have a lot of frauds out there. We have a lot of great value wannabe CSNers out here. CSNers, right? Not me, but what our network does. Got a lot of great value versions of them out there right now. We trying to stay different with a capital T. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we keep our information. We keep pushing. We keep it pushing. But you saw us come in against Wisconsin, 42-10. We saw that game where we saw a lot of discrepancies in Jalen Milroe. Came in against Georgia. Started that first half, went crazy. Second half, don't know what happened. And from that Georgia game throughout the rest of the season, we saw the inconsistencies of just what the lack of continuity and the lack of veteran knowledge in these systems, both offensive and defensively, the type of turmoil it created, and to still go through this season and go, what do we go in conference play? 4-3 in conference play, right? 4-3, you win against some ranked matchups, and you lose you lost some unranked, right? Some that we don't pride ourselves in as Alabama fans. Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, 2 games that were very uncharacteristic losses, some that we're not used to. But when you go back and you watch the film in that game, man, there's a lot of things that you just see a year or 2 years in should not happen anymore. There are some things that were happening, and we can have those conversations. So 9-3 regular season, missed the playoffs by a vote, right? Going to the bowl game. You're missing a lot of your production snaps, right? A lot of your snap count hit the portal before the bowl game. You try to fit in some spaces with some quality talent, some young guys, give them opportunities. The experience just isn't there. The physicality isn't there. You see a lot of guys just not dialed in to the second half. And then you see how that game turned out. Now we turn the page, 2025. What's the topics of conversation that we dive into with a 9-3 season, 9-4 overall season, right? No SEC championship, no divisions anymore, so we don't get to claim a division like some people like, do we won our Western division? Nah, we don't get to do that this year. We really are at the drawing board, and we're watching this staff develop a new process to be trusted. And so we're going to have that conversation for all my Bama fans. And if you're not a Bama fan, you're tuning in. My Michigan fans, I know we got Michigan fans, Ohio State fans be lurking. Call in and pop your stuff, because I was wrong about Ohio State. I'm cool with that. I was wrong about Ohio State. I spoke on them before the playoffs. What they were showing coming into the playoffs to end their season, they did not look like a national championship team in my eyes. They had a lot of hopes. But like I said, before they kicked off that first game against Oregon, that last game against Oregon, I said, Ohio State is one of those teams you don't want them to figure it out. Kind of like Alabama last year. You didn't want Alabama to figure it out at no point last year, because when they looked good, they were unstoppable. When they look 80% on the same page, they looked unstoppable. Same thing with Ohio State. But then you see what happened once we got into the quality, not the quality, but the intense quality team competition play stages of the season. You saw how that turned out for our team. But inconsistency is never going to last. Inconsistency is never going to last. My boy BT said they would die. A lot of programs would die for 9-3, 100%. That's what I want Bama Nation to realize. And I think we have. I think now that the season over and we're looking at the basketball teams, both basketball teams are solid. They're quality competition and programs to watch, teams to watch. So it's one of those things where you're kind of distracted and you don't get to think on all of the negatives that everybody tries to push out there about this Alabama team and this season. Because it definitely was I think it was a better season than what you can expect, man. Kirby went and took over a talented Georgia roster in the down year of the SEC and went 7-6, I believe. 6-7, I believe, one of them. First year with a talented roster and didn't even have to deal with portal. So I would like to think that we're in a good spot right now. I would like to think we're in a good spot. But get ready to call in, y'all. Get ready to call in. I'm going to run through some of these comments as we get the phone line set up. Just talk anything Bama football. We got spring ball coming up. A fourth quarter program now. Our off-season workout program is set to the conditioning program is set to kick off February 10th. So we'll be providing any insight and coverage that we can for that. Any updates, because this is where the competition starts now in college football. While the coaches are out doing recruiting, like high school recruiting, keeping an eye on the portal, right? You have to be in there with your position coaches, with your strength and conditioning coaches, making an impact, showing the small things, the attention to details, the growth, 1% better every day. It has to be that mindset in order to create success for yourself on and off the field, right? To be able to give yourself an opportunity to be on the field and create that value for yourself. Also, we can talk about the NIL conversation around the NIL collective surrounding the University of Alabama. There's some talk coming around that. We're going to be able to dive into all that because today we're trying to get to that 3K. So if you haven't already, I need my mods active today. I got a work day for y'all. And listen, we have some possible some big news probably coming today. So if it happens today, I'll announce it live on stream, and I will make sure I give back to my community anytime we have news like this come through. So let me check my inbox real quick. Got a few messages, and I really think y'all should be I really think y'all should tap into the second half of the Subathon stream. It's going to be more fun than the actual show. We're doing our morning show right now. Just making sure that we got the connection and everything to be straight. But the second half is going to be fun. I'm telling y'all, we're going to be live here on YouTube for some parts until they stop us, because I believe we might get copyrighted for some of the stuff we're going to do. But we're going to be live on Twitch, Kick, and we might do a part of it on Twitter. We might do part of it on Twitter. But we got a prank phone call segment set up, man. I got some people I can't wait to get them, y'all. I can't wait to get them. I know it's going to be good ones, too. Because it's around, like, being a college fan and all that. It's going to be good. So we're gonna have some good conversation. Russell McDaniel, I already want to have hey, Russell, you doing all that Twitter finger typing, man. Get ready to call in. Listen, let me get the phone line up. I'm going to run this little intro right here for y'all. And then we're going to get into it, man. Y'all ready to get into the conversation? If you ready to get into the conversation, first, before we even start the transition, before we even start it, make sure we run the likes up. How many likes we at? Where my like count at? Let's get up to 30 likes on the stream. We at 23. Let's get 7 more likes. And then let's open up the phone lines. We got 30 in the chat over here on YouTube. We got 80 in the chat on Twitter. Hey, Twitter, y'all need to pull up on YouTube. I need to see all these Twitter viewers pull up and subscribe to the channel. We trying to hit a goal here. As a matter of fact, let me do this too while we waiting for everybody to pull in. How long have we been live? We hit our 30-minute mark yet? Oh yeah, we passed it. Good job, because we had a 5-minute intro. Good job, Smook. Stick with it. Yeah, I see the heart reactions. What's up, Nay? Nay, you ready to call in? We need everybody calling in today. It's Saturday. I don't care if y'all walking in the mall, whatever y'all doing. We are really turning the page. I want to put out a lot of clips next week. I want to put out a lot of the clips next week from this call in. So y'all get ready to call in here on the Coach Smook Network. And Smook, please stop hitting your mic stand. Pause. I don't know if that was pause worthy. I thought we were past pause. I let my sons sneak back into the pause phase, y'all. I got to see my boys. For everybody that followed my personal life and followed my journey and everything, I got to see both of my sons yesterday. Shout out to Isaiah and Jeremiah Hines, my 2 young kings, my boys, man. Got to see them after school yesterday. It's been a long time coming. You want to talk about somebody you want to see somebody in their element. I love being a father, man. I love being a dad. That special time with the kids. My boys are at an age now, that teenager age where I could really, impact their lives. And that's what my focus is. I'm really trying to do this to show them that no matter what the odds look like, no matter what people say, no matter what people do, who change, who come, who go, you can make it. You can make it. And I talk to them anytime I get a chance to interact with them. I encourage them. So it was good seeing my boys yesterday. And they said they be watching Pop Show. So shout out to Isaiah and Jeremiah. They said they proud of me. And that's crazy. When your children tell you they're proud of you, that's a different feeling. And to know the stuff that we went through the past 3 years, especially last year, with my personal life plus this network and the content, it's a great feeling. And for all the naysayers out there that keep putting their name on their mouth on my name, keep talking. I appreciate it. God has really changed my mindset and how to deal with the misinformed supporters, the misguided supporters. And I appreciate it for real, man, because I look at a lot of the comments and things and stuff that's being said, and I laugh because you were just on the other side of it, push the very thing that you're denouncing now. You were just on the other side of it, pushing it. And that's why I record this journey. I was wondering why I record everything. People used to always, you could talk to anybody that I grew up with or that knows me from like age 22 up until now, or 21, really 20. But even in college, man, I was known to always have a camera and record stuff. And everybody used to always ask, why you recording stuff? They always ask. And I remember like some of these nights where we were in Discord and I just record, man. I just record, and all those nights, it was like personal conversations and all this. I just record, and sometimes I when I go back through my archives and I play the stuff back and I listen to the conversations that I had with some of those people, I'm like, okay, ain't no need to clap back. It's all in love, It's all out of confusion. It's all out of frustration. So I'm gonna clap back with love, man. I'm gonna clap back with a grind that can't be denied. So you're going to see more of the Coach Smook Network, not just me, but the Coach Smook Network, because we are growing. Thanks to you all. Thanks to everybody. So you ready to jump on this phone line, man? I hope y'all ready for it, because I'm ready. I hope y'all ready. I'm ready. Let's get into it. Somebody say, put me in the game, coach. Let me get some put me in the game, coach chat in the chat, y'all. Let's get some put me in the game, coach comments in the chat. I'm ready to get to this one, y'all. I'm ready to get into this one. So without further ado, let's jump into the phone call segment, man, here on the Coach Smook Network. You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips, the perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yeah, let's get into it now. I hope y'all ready. 334-625-1121. Alabama topics. What's on your mind? Alabama football fans, Alabama nation, college football fans, SEC. We talking it. We talking it today. I'm ready. 334-625-1121. Let me know if y'all can hear that dial tone, that ringtone. If not, we're going to have to fix it real quick. Yo, Zach, what's up, man? You in the game? Talk to me, my guy. Can you hear me? Okay, look like we can hear you too, chat. Can we hear Zach on the line? Is Zach in the game, chat? Let me know. No ringtone? Hold on. Let's see. Let's make sure we got this thing routed. Let's see. No, Zach. All right. What about now?
Body.
Keep talking, Zach. They gonna get you in a second. Chat.
What's
Talk
good,
to
everybody?
me. Talk to me. We gotta get Zach in here. We gotta have Zach, y'all. We got to have Zach. Let me see.
Yep.
Here we go. We might got it now. All right, we got it now. We got you now, Zach. Just make sure we ain't got no echo, chat.
All right.
If I got an echo, we'll fix the echo. I know what to do to fix the echo. But Zach, we got you on the line, man. It's been a while since we've been able to just chat and have a good conversation without the connection messing up or something going wrong on the stream. Let's talk, Zach. What's on your mind today? We're going to get into the topics of Alabama football.
All right. Yeah, I'm excited for this next season. I'm excited for the new guys that came in December, the early enrollees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what kind of competition they bring to the table this spring. I'm excited for A-Day because I know I might be coming up to A-Day this year and hanging out. I'm excited for this new transition to see how this team goes moving forward without Jalen Milroe. Because, I mean, for the past 2 years, people have been saying we need to get rid of Milroe, we need to bench Milroe, we need to put a new quarterback in. Okay, it's time for Ty Simpson, Austin Mack, and Keelan Russell to come in and show what they bring to the table and to see who our next quarterback's going to be moving forward for at least this next season,
All right, yeah.
if not longer.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I know the topic of the off season before we can even get a roster fully completed, right? Is going to be the conversation around the quarterback room. I've shared my thoughts multiple times on what I feel should happen, can happen. Let's get your thoughts. What do you think will happen with this quarterback competition? And I mean, let me kind of help you guide you and you give me your thoughts on what plays out for them. Let's start with who I think is kind of like stuck at number 3 in this race, and that's Austin Mack. We're talking about the 3 scholarship quarterbacks on roster at the University of Alabama. Austin Mack. What are your thoughts on him and his chances on a scale of 1 to 10, of being the starter, 1 being not likely, 10 being very likely? What do you think of Austin Mack? Your thoughts around him? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, where is his chances to being the starter going into next season?
All right. I'll first off, for a tall quarterback, he's not very athletic. From what I've seen, Ty Simpson, between the two, and I'm talking about them two specifically because they have a year in this offense. We hadn't seen what Keelan Russell brings to the table in this offense yet. So between the two of them, Ty has a better arm. I'm not saying necessarily more accurate or can make throws. Can Austin Mack do it? Yeah, but can he do it on a level that we need him to do it and to be consistent? I don't think so. So my score for him on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 2.
Okay, a 2.
On the likelihood. Okay, I'm gonna go.
And then okay. So now next, let's jump to the freshman phenom, the 5-star quarterback, who I believe right now, if we were to put out a depth chart today, he would probably be listed right there at the number 2 position, right? Just for paper purposes, right? We saw Coach DeBoer do this last year when going into spring. When they put out a makeshift depth chart, they made it known who was taking the first team snaps at the quarterback position. I think Keelan Russell will be number 2. What's your thoughts on him?
Okay. Very highly talented freshman coming in. Highly talented high school quarterback. Haven't seen what he would be able to do at the college level, which isn't necessarily right now a bad thing, because if you look at his highlight films from high school, he looks promising, very talented, great deep ball arm and accuracy, great accuracy all around in your short to intermediate passes. Dual threat quarterback reminds me a lot of Bryce Young. You know, not necessarily going to beat you with his legs every play, but he can use his legs to his advantage to scramble out of the pocket and make throws downfield. Highly talented. So my 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give him right now today. I'll give him a 7.
A 7.
And that's yes.
And that's what?
That's just going off right now.
Okay.
Right, without him, without us seeing any film on him in practice, nothing with this offense. That's just right now. Maybe when spring comes around, my grade will go higher for him.
Okay.
And also, I'm thinking how the coaches are thinking right now today.
Right.
You know, so that's why I give him a 7. If my personal opinion and feeling on how it'd be, I think he'll be the starter once season starts, and that's just my opinion on it. But if we look at it if I'm looking at it from an analyst standpoint and from a point going into the season right now without us seeing any film from him in practice or anything, that's why I give him a 7.
All right. Now, last but not least, the golden child of Bama Nation. As we see
Right.
Gabe come in and can't even say good morning, but he's talking about Todd Simpson. Then he says, "Go Dogs." I think you're in the wrong chat, Gabe. I think you're in the wrong chat because y'all watched the national championship same spot we watched it from after losing to Notre Dame. So just chill. But anyways, Todd Simpson, man, and I'm not going to speak on Todd Simpson too much today. I've said enough about Todd Simpson. I've been on both sides of the narrative where I've been consistently saying he's not ready, right? I feel like he has the best opportunity to change that narrative today. Any quarterback in the room right now in the SEC, honestly, that has an opportunity to really just kind of just take advantage of an opportunity to start. I look across the SEC, Georgia's going to have a quarterback battle, and it's going to be pretty even with some guys that's not well versed in the system, right? Or there some guys that's been in the system or familiar with the system, but they don't have a lot of playing time. So it's kind of an even battle there. This is a competition. I believe Ty Simpson comes in with the lead. You know, so give me your thoughts on Ty Simpson, where he sits on your starter confidence meter, and then we'll kind of round out the conversation and then transition to a topic on the defensive side that I want to get some of the fans, the viewers' thoughts on.
Okay. Ty, my confidence level, and this is today before spring, and looking at it from the coach's standpoint, I'll give him an 8 out of 10, and that's today. Do I think he's going to start? No. Do I think, can he change my mind? Can he go out there and prove himself ready to finally take the reins of the starting role and of this offense and be the leader that half the fan base wants him to be? Yeah, he can. But do I think he will is the question. And if going off past seasons, he hasn't done it yet. So what's gonna change for him to do it this season? What has to change?
Go ahead.
What I was just saying, what has to change for him to be able to step in that role?
Okay. And see, that's what I think people need to understand. Like, this is not a sophomore. This is not a redshirt freshman. This is not a freshman, Ty Simpson. This is a gentleman that's basically a senior now at the collegiate level when it comes to on-field presence, locker room presence, collegiate level presence of the collegiate game. So things should be processing a lot faster. There's no reason why a freshman quarterback or under a less developed quarterback in the room being Austin Mack and a freshman quarterback with a lot of high upside and just a lot of buzz around. There's no reason why those two guys should be remotely near the comprehension and development level of Ty Simpson. He is capable of being an elite quarterback at the collegiate level. Why has he yet to be able to remove or unseat a struggling Jalen Milroe, right? Or why hasn't he yet even been able to be the solidified QB number 2? He's been in quarterback competitions since he stepped on campus. Not once has he been considered or even mentioned as an outright starter. We saw Ty Buckner come in his first year where he could have been the second guy, the second guy off the bench. Ty Buckner got the nod ahead of him. And then you go into this season, coming out of spring, Dylan Lonergan, right there in the mix-up with him, Austin Mack. It was never a decisive QB2 until the season actually started, or after the season started. Not when it started, but after it started, around like the Georgia Vanderbilt game, when there was rumors of Miro being injured. So I look at the topics, and I look at the conversation around the quarterback room now, and if I had to go with Austin Mack, I'm going to give my ratings, and they might change the more we talk about this and open up the phone lines and get more people on the phone line. But I look at the conversation around it, and I say Austin Mack, you look at his skill set, I think he's a lot more athletic than he gets credit for. He's just not super explosive. He's very athletic. He's not a big, slow Ben Roethlisberger type where there's going to humble and bumble down the field, but he's not super explosive. He's 6'6", like 230, 235 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get you get anything above a 4'5", 4'6" with that kid. You're dealing with a freak of nature, right? But I think he's one of those guys that if he sticks around, he can play a year. He can play 1 year and be a phenom talent if he's fully polished. But if he has to grow throughout a season, it's not going to fare well for his skill set. So to be able to progress, show some type of progression this spring would be awesome. Like if he could show some major progression in just the mechanics, I think it gives him a very solid opportunity to push for that starter position and be considered. But my confidence meter going into this spring, I won't go as low as a 2, but I will stay around like a 5-6 area. I think they went and brought him over for a reason. He was always a part of the long haul plan, the long plan, right? And then I look at transition to Keelan Russell, who I think comes in just by default as the top recruit in this class, right? The number one ranked player in this class, the number one quarterback in this class. And it's not hype. It's like you turn on the film and it's there. You look at his skill set. You look at how the offense that he's been running in high school for the past 3 years is basically a phase of what Kalen DeBoer and his staff is looking for. And shout out to everybody pulling up in the chat. I see more people popping in. Shout out to my guy, Glenn T. I see you, Marquez. I see you. And my guy, Ayo Sully. I know he been busy. It's first year. We got to get you back active, man. Got to get you active over here. We got some content to put out for my boy. But like I was saying, Keelan Russell, we're sitting here, we're looking at just the overall body of work that he brings to the table and how you can slide just the body. If you didn't put a name to it, if you just did if you take what he does on the field at the quarterback position, how he's able to manage the pocket, right. Manipulate the pocket, how he's able to break down coverages at a high rate. I think you sit there and you have to consider him. And my confidence meter is more so on an 8. Is more so on an 8. Because I'm just as confident as him getting an opportunity to start as I am as Ty Simpson. I give Ty Simpson an 8 too, with what he does for at the quarterback position. There's a phase of this Kalen DeBoer offense that he can thrive in, but can he be consistent? I can deal with an inconsistent freshman quarterback with the confidence and the type of skill set that Keelan Russell has. As long as he's not injured, I'm gonna deal with that. I'll deal with the growing pains of that. But a third, fourth year guy, locker room guy, collegiate level guy coming in and still showing consistent inconsistencies, not letting plays develop, trying to force guys into routes or force guys into reads that aren't there. Like you can't have that with a guy like Ty Simpson. So yes, the pressure's on him, and my confidence meter in him, being the starter is at an 8.2. I'm a little bit more confident in Ty Simpson getting the starting job than I am with Keelan Russell. Now, I said all that to say this, and then I'm going to pass it back to you, Zach, because we're going to jump on the defensive side. I said all that to say this about the quarterback battle. Spring ball is going to tell a lot because there's a 60-20-20 split when it comes to this snap count, first, second, third. You're talking about scholarship quarterbacks, and you're talking about anywhere from 75 to 90 snaps of offensive teamwork that you're going to get in the spring over 10 practices. You take the 3 warm-up practices where you're not really going to get any real actual work. You're kind of in the introductory phase. Then you take away the 3 scrimmages, right? Is it A-Day 1? Yeah, it's 3 scrimmages. You take away those 3, that's 6 practices going out of the 15. So you really only got 9 actual working practices where you're going to get possibly 20 to 25 reps to showcase your impact. So Ty Simpson, he may get the 40 load of the first week. He's really going to have to show that he can utilize that, because if he doesn't, we can see that snap load get shifted to give Keelan Russell and Austin Mack the 60 out of the 60 out of the 40 split. You know what I'm saying? This out of the 60-40 split. So it's on Ty Simpson. The pressure's on him. I think he's capable, skill set wise. Can he get in there and really be consistent is the question. Zach, I appreciate your thoughts on the quarterback battle. Let's talk about some defensive side. So we know the secondary is returning a lot of quality talent. We got a guy out the portal, 2 quality guys out the portal. We lost a few guys. Losing Devontae Smith is a veteran presence. But I don't believe it hurts us. You look at the linebacker room, lost a lot of guys, man. With Justin O and Sterling Dixon leaving. Jay Sean Ross is one of those guys that I believe hit the portal. So we got a lot of new faces going to be popping up. Jahad Campbell going to the NFL draft. Q-Rob going. Just everywhere. Keanu Colt hit the portal. Who else, man? We lost a lot of linebackers. When I think about Jeremiah Alexander, like a lot of guys have left in this offseason, in this portal season, and we got a lot of guys coming in, young guys, young talent, and transfer guys. Of the defensive guys that we have on this roster coming in the linebacker room, let's dive into the linebacker room talk. Who do you see being some of the impact linebackers? And I'm talking about your 4 or 5 guys, rotational wise, inside, edge, whatever you want to do, weak side linebacker. Who are some of the guys that you see being able to make a immediate impact? Give me one name right now. Let's start with the inside linebacker room. We know we got Lawson coming back. Who is a guy that you see stepping up immediately and impacting and really making a name for themselves coming into this spring?
I'm gonna go with I gotta think of who's all inside linebackers, because like you said, we lost a lot of people. So let's see. I know Lawson's it.
So let me give you your inside linebacker room. I'm gonna go ahead and put the names out there for you. You got let's start with the transfers. And Kelby Collins is really a defensive end, but he's going to be an outside linebacker in Alabama's defense. He's going to be an edge rusher. So you got Kelby Collins, the transfer from Florida. Then you also have Hill Green from Colorado, who I think is going to be another Justin Jefferson type, right? You got Justin Jefferson in that room. Right. You got Deontay Lawson. You got Quay Russaw. You got Yanzi Pierre. You got the young guys, Luke Metz, Abdul Sanders. You got Duke Johnson coming into this squad. Like Justin Hill. Who else, man? QB Reese is still there. Luke Metz. Like all of these names, man, of linebacker talent. Right. Now, shoot, who's immediate impact? Let's just do a couple categories. Give me one name, immediate impact, day one, right now with a new role next to Deontay Lawson. Well, actually, Deontay Lawson won't be available for the spring. So we're going to see some new faces getting work during spring. Who's going to take advantage and be the biggest impact right now in that linebacker room?
Who I think, and this is going off talent and raw natural ability, I see the young guys, Luke Metz and Justin Hill, making a name for themselves. Yes, they'll have to learn the defense and everything, but with the absence of Lawson, they'll have to step up and make a impact during the spring at least, so that could earn them some quality reps, later on going into fall and possibly even into the season. Quay Russaw, I know he's going to be a big impact guy. because he played himself out of position sometimes, but he did make big plays for us last year during the season when he got his opportunities. Yes.
So immediate impact right now going into this season. Who you got? Give me one name. Linebacker.
One name.
One name.
Come
on.
I'm going with Russo.
Quay Russo. I can't give you that one because I feel like Russo has kind of established himself as a key part to this
right.
to this. And before we continue the conversation, I didn't even know it, but we got us a birthday in the chat in the AAA family. Shout out to my guy Brett Sullivan, aka AO Sully of the Coach Smook Network. Happy birthday to my brother. I think Brett, you older than me? I ain't gonna tell your age. Happy birthday, Brett. Everybody in the chat, shout out my brother Brett. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, AO Sully. Appreciate you for being a part of this family, bro. Celebrating another year. Slick might be able to slide up to the AM and ride past you and say something to you this weekend. We got some quality for real, man. Listen, God has really been blessing us. We've been having meetings all week. Zach. Not to just get off topic, but we've been having meetings all week. We've been, in and out of this room and that room and, getting notifications of this person and that person. And then all of this, talking to this player and this coach and this person. It's been a crazy week. So I hate that I haven't been able to engage with my family like I have, but we're turning the page, y'all.
Right.
And that's why we have this community of people that we have now that are really, really committed to watching this thing grow and not trying to, backdoor nothing. And they're making it a place to where I don't have to be present to be made felt a part of this community. So I appreciate that. But shout out to my brother Brett, man. Happy birthday, man. And shout out to Mary J. She took this upon herself to be that community member that kind of keeps track of birthdays and all the hot events involving the Alabama fan base. And then we're going to have a Georgia fan coming in doing the same thing. We got an Ole Miss fan coming in doing the same thing. We got a Texas fan coming in doing the same thing. So this fan community that we're building is really becoming a fan community and not just Alabama. You get what I'm saying? I got my Bama gear on, but it's a fan community so that we can continue to grow and create the interactions that we want. But looking at the linebacker room, so you gave me immediate impact. Who is an X factor in this room? And I want to give a few names. When I say X factor, is some guys that we saw flashes of, right? Like Yanzi Pierre last year. I'm ready to see what he does. With a more heavy role. Guys like Justin Jefferson, who I believe is going to be a front runner as a starter. I don't think Deontay Lawson comes back as a starter, even when he gets healthy. I think he will be more of a rotational piece this year. Kind of like what we got to see from Rashaan Evans after he got injured his last year. So we didn't get to see him on the field every play. But when he was out there, he impacted. Same thing with Q-Rob. Some players are those type of players, and I think Lawson is that hybrid linebacker guy. You could put him inside. You could put him on the edge when you need pass coverage or a different type of finesse blitzer off the edge. Not going to give you the power linebacker play. So Justin Jefferson, I think, is a guy to be. Yanzi Pierre. I'm telling y'all right now, Justin Hill. I know we're hype on Duke Johnson and Luke Metz, who I think they're going to get opportunities to impact early, especially with them being able to show up for spring ball. But Justin Hill and Abdul Sanders, the natural instincts there, they might have an opportunity to be an X factor type defender like Justin O. I believe Justin O was set up to be coming into the season. The linebacker room is wide open. So you look in that room, what's a name that might be an X factor, like pop out performer, going into the spring?
Justin Jefferson. I think this season will be because he kind of got put on the back foot with Jahad Campbell and Deontay Lawson last season. With Lawson being injured, he stepped up and made big time plays for us and big time moments last season in Lawson's absence. So I think this with Lawson being hurt for the spring, this is his opportunity to show the coaches, hey, I've deserved a starting spot for a while, but here's my opportunity, and I'm taking it, and I'm not giving it up, you know. And so I believe Justin Jefferson will live up to be the linebacker that we've always featured him to be, but hasn't necessarily had the opportunity to be because of whatever was holding him back, whether it was Lawson and Campbell or the coaching staff or whatever it was that was holding him back. I think this spring will push him to be that linebacker that we imagined him to be when we recruited him.
Okay. And last linebacker room question, because I want to make sure I open up every conversation today as we open up this phone line. Linebacker, if you had to go with your not necessarily your breakout guy, or who stands out as the guy for the linebacker room this year? Like, who is, when they talk about Alabama linebacker core, like you had Will Anderson, then you had Dallas Turner, and then you had who do we have last year? Let's be honest. Did we have Jahad Campbell could take that title as the guy in the Alabama linebacker core. So this year, who is the guy? Not only on the field, gameplay, but vocally. Like, who is the guy that you think will be the one when we talk about Alabama linebacker core this season and how dominant they will be? Who is the guy that's going to be leading that? And chat, I want y'all responses. Who is the guy in the linebacker room that will be the guy when it comes to Alabama football this season for the 2025 season? Give me some thoughts. Give me some answers in the chat. Run it up. We got 150 in the chat, 35 on YouTube, and 115 on Twitter. Appreciate y'all for tapping in on Twitter. Make sure y'all come through on YouTube and drop a like on the stream, but also subscribe if you're not a subscriber. We're trying to get to 3K subscribers here on the channel. We at 2.7. So we like 220 away. 2.77. We're like 230 away from getting to 2.8K. So y'all continue to support the network, man. So we got Marquez. He's in the chat. He's saying Hill Green and Justin Jefferson. Go ahead, Zach. Who you got?
I'm going with a dual Sanders.
You think he's going to be the guy this season?
I think he's going to be the guy this season.
As a true freshman, Zach?
Hey, Caleb Downs done it.
Hey, that was Caleb Downs, man, at a safety position. I'm not doubting. No, I'm just saying I'm not doubting, because you might be onto something. I do believe Abdul Sanders and Luke Metz are the two smartest linebackers in this class. IQ wise, what they do on the field, their vision. So I'm just saying, I've said this. I said if somebody was to surprise us and end up being an impact on the field, it will be Luke Metz and Abdul Sanders. I feel like they're one and the same when you come to the inside linebacker room. But I'm going to say this. I don't think it's this year for him. I think this is the year where they get to learn. And I don't want you to change your answer. Your answer is a great topic of conversation, because I do believe that there will be one or two freshmen on both sides of the ball that are going to impact the team this year. Last year, Brooks is one on the offensive side. And I do think Dijon Lee and Chuck McDonald will get opportunities to be major impacts in the secondary this year. I'm just calling it like I see it. I think Michael Carroll might be able to impact the offensive line. I've seen a question about right tackle. Michael Carroll can play tackle. He played guard, played tackle. He played every position. So the Abdul Sanders is not a bad. Don't change your answer, Zach. I'm just saying.
I'm not. I'm sticking with it.
For me, though,
but yeah,
the guy that is the image of the linebacker room, and that I want to be the image in that linebacker room, is definitely Quay Russaw. I think Quay Rusar
Right.
is the next, not Rolando McClain, not Reuben Foster. He's your next, like I said, CJ Mosley, Rayshawn Evans with a different level of pass rush ability, but his athleticism, his ability to coverage, his speed. I think I don't think we've seen Quay Rusar's speed at his size yet. Like, we have yet to be able to really appreciate it. We gave Dallas Turner so much love. I think you're going to see Quay Rusar in a little bit of a smaller frame, but similar impact like Dallas Turner. And I think he will be the guy to look at when you talk about the image of the linebacker core as a whole. You're going to talk about Quay Rusar. So that's my thoughts on it, Zach. Final thoughts, man, Zach,
Right.
before we let you off the line and open this phone line back up for everybody to call in, man.
Yep. Roll Tide, my AAA family, and Coach Smook for the Under the Radar High School Recruits series that we're going to be doing. I want to be a part of the team
Oh, for
because
sure.
I want to learn more. I want to learn more about the recruiting process and all of that. So I want to, step up and take on that role.
For sure, Zach. You already know we looking for a lot of team members to help this network grow. So I appreciate your support, man. And we'll be talking, man.
Oh yeah.
I'll get you linked in with
All right, man.
with BT Sports and we'll get into this thing. We'll get it popped off.
All right, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you and roll tide, Zach.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always a good conversation with our guy Zach Willie on the line, man. Always a good conversation with my brother Zach. The phone line is open. I went way over our time because it was just a good conversation. But y'all heard the topics of the conversation. We talking everything Alabama football. We talked quarterback competition. What else y'all want to talk about? Offensive line. I seen this talk. Any news on the right tackle situation? Mike Jones, call in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Mike Jones. Call in. Let's talk about it. Uh-oh. What? Oh, and I did okay. I got some message. Hold on. Somebody calling me. Who calling me? All right, y'all. I had to make sure they get right tackle situation. Y'all want to talk about it? Call in 334-625-1121. I'm going to talk about the offensive line while we wait for everything to pop up. Let me get the roster up. Let me get that football roster up. Alabama football roster. Let me see if our lads has an updated chart, because they usually won't put one out until the spring. So we probably have to fit in some names here. But this will be a good one to look at. So let's talk about it. As a matter of fact, let me put this over here. Put this over here in Discord so I could pull it up over here on the screen and get it shared up so y'all could look at it the same way I'm looking at it. Oh, you know what? Let's do it over here on the laptop because it works better when we share from the laptop. All right, let's look at the roster. Let's look at the offensive line while we wait for somebody to call in. And y'all make sure y'all tap in for real, man. We want to get more clips on the phone line. I don't want people calling in twice today, right? We don't need everybody calling in twice. Oh, that's Greg. Okay. That's Greg. What's up, Lee Bay? Look, you know what's crazy? Fellas, all my fellas out here, this ain't football, but all my fellas it's something when you get some people around you that rock with you, but it's something when you get you a woman, man. A woman, not a girl, but a woman that really push you. She ain't gas you up. She push you. She don't let you waver. She don't let you get off track. Even when you tired, she know how to push you into a space to where you stay focused. Shout out to Lee Bay, man. Shout out to her for real. Keep your boy focused. All right, so shout out to Tide 100.9. These are the players that's transferring into Alabama. So we'll keep their names in mind. And the cornerback from Utah, I think he's going to have a huge impact early this season. I really do. I really think he's going to be an immediate impact player. But let's talk offensive line. We added Cam Newberry and Arkel Agwam from Ball State. Agwam is a huge specimen. I don't think you go out and get that guy unless you have a real plan or you really trying to give him a serious look to solidify maybe your left guard position. Well, I say right guard position so that you could possibly slide. And I'm telling you, I would love to see Jaden Roberts get out there at right tackle. And even young Lloyd Jackson with his skill set. Michael Carroll, like I said, can play that position. DeBose, I think, is more of a guard build, right? A lot of athletic offensive linemen in this room. So let's get into this. Our last depth chart here. Let me see if I can share it the right way with all these doggone things being on here. Do I need to take the banner down? I'm gonna take the call-in banner down. That way y'all can see it better. All right, let's look at it. Let's look at the offensive line. See, so we know we're losing Tyler Booker. We're losing we're getting Jaden Roberts back, which is huge. He's a senior in the classroom, red shirt junior on the field, going to his senior year, red shirt senior year. We're getting Wilkin Formby back. We got rid of Elijah Pritchett. And yes, got rid of him. There was no way that young man was going to be able to. And Pritchett from my hometown, y'all. He from the Tri-City area. Has struggled since being at Alabama. I don't know what the deal was, because in high school, that young man, he was what you wanted in guard or tackle, like the offensive line. And it might be a matter of just scheme. It might be a matter of just scheme that doesn't fit his skill set, but I felt like he was athletic enough to do what was being asked of him. So I'm looking at this offensive line room. We got Olis Alani, somebody that I've always been high on since he's been at Alabama. Big body, guard, frame, right? Can he come in and make an impact? Hasn't really taken advantage of opportunities and came in as a developmental piece anyways. Came in as a developmental project. How much growth has he had in his first 2 years on campus? Right? 2 years. This is going into his third year. Y'all see that's a red shirt freshman. That means he's been there for 2 years now. Same thing with Rock. It's a lot of these guys, man, that's been there. They're going into their third year. Time has really changed because of NIL and portal. And guys getting an extra COVID years. You got guys sitting in spots for 6-7 years, holding up the opportunities for these guys, and y'all wonder why they hitting the portal. They looking for opportunities. They not trying to sit 5 years. Like guys back there didn't have to sit 5 years before they got an opportunity to start. 3 years max. 2 years for most of you was highly touted. And you got to think, this is nothing but 5 stars and 4 stars right here. Wilkin Formby coming back. You look at this offensive line room, I think we're going to see a quality competition. Question. Right tackle position. We look at the right tackle. We got Wilkin Formby. We got Graham Broughton coming in. We got some of our freshmen. Like I said, Lloyd Jackson is one of those freshmen that I'm excited about. Will he get an opportunity to compete for that position? Arkel Aniguam, big body. Do we fit him for a tackle? I think he's more so a guard. Cam Dewberry, your guard. Right tackle, who do we slide? I truly believe there's a realistic plan to slide a veteran, strong, athletic frame, Jaden Roberts, out to that right tackle position. Haven't confirmed it, haven't had any conversations with anybody. I'm just saying, if it was me, I put the athletic big guy out there where he could really get out there and get hands on some of those smaller, quicker guys, right? Get his hands on some of those smaller, quicker guys, use his strength, force guys, force double team sent his way, force his gap to be pressed twice so you can benefit from the RPO rollout, play action calls, right? With the skill sets you have at quarterback now? Yeah. So, and Mike Jones, y'all got all them comments in the chat. I want y'all to call in and talk to me. 334-625-1121. The line is open. We live for a long time too. We just getting into our second hour. We going 3.5. We just in our first hour and a half. So y'all here, we here. I'm talking everything Bama. Got about 45 minutes left on football, and then we're gonna transition to our basketball talk. As y'all can see at the bottom. Yeah. So the right tackle position, like I said, I think Jaden Roberts is one that we definitely got to look at, and it's not just because we're in need, we're just in need, but I think he was more so a fit for the tackle position than he was guard. Remember, he got moved from the tackle position to help at the guard the previous year. So it's one of those things where you kind of want to see him go back to a natural position. If we're going to move any offensive lineman, it's two names that I think have the skill sets to be moved and be effective without having a letdown or a recession of production, right? And that's Jaden Roberts and that's Caden Proctor. I think Caden Proctor would make a great left guard, right? Especially for your right-handed quarterbacks guarding that blind side. We got a lot of left tackles on the roster that we can put at left tackle. We can try out at left tackle. But I think Caden Proctor could move the guard. Will they do it? I don't think so. He's got so much experience at that left tackle position, been playing it since his freshman year, right? Has gone through the fire, has gone through a lot of growing stages. I think he gets that weight down perfect, like a caller said a couple weeks ago or last week. Get that weight down, Caden. They're going to be a first-round draft pick. 3 and out for Caden. And I think he knows that too with some of the guys that's behind him, that's coming in this class, this 25 class that's in there, and then the 26 class of offensive linemen that we're going to put together. Guys like Caden Proctor, Jaden Roberts, Parker Brusford, they know that they got their year. And then you got guys like Rock Montgomery. He's not going to play tackle, but he's going to have to solidify himself as far as being in that rotation. This is an offensive line rotation. We're going to see 6 or 7 guys rotated regularly. So guys like Geno Vandermark, who might have an opportunity to slide into that left guard position where that's been vacated by Tyler Booker, Rock Montgomery, those guys are going to have to capitalize on it. They're going to have to capitalize in the spring. Right tackle position, I think they're going to have a quality competition. Jaden Roberts, Wilk, and Formby. I just hope, I hope if Formby isn't the guy, I hope he sticks around. Because I think he's just on that developmental uptrend that he needs to be on. I asked a lot. It was a lot asked of him last season to become a starter, come in and start in the new system. There's a lot being asked of him. He did good the first 2 weeks, and then you seen him struggle week 3. Elijah Pritchett came in against Wisconsin. You see him go in against Georgia, have a solid game. Then Wilk and Formby had to come in. I think after the Georgia game against Vanderbilt, we saw Wilk and Formby go out and get an opportunity. So a lot of growing pains this first season in the transition in the Coach DeBoer era with the offensive line. Can we see a lot of these guys take advantage of their opportunities? It is yet to be seen. So with that being said, nobody's on the phone line, so we're going to transition. We're going to transition into our next topics of the day. And like I said, we got a lot of shorts being made this week, a lot of segments. I'm going to be putting a lot of content out with all these topics that you see at the bottom. Let's talk about this though. We've kind of talked about this in the off season, and I'll keep the phone lines open for this. We're just going to transition to this topic. Is Alabama really in need for an OC, i.e. Ryan Grubb, i.e. Scott Huff? Is Alabama in need for these staff additions, particularly while I got the mic all the way up to my face, particularly the offensive coordinator position? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think we're in need of it. Will it help? Yes, but I don't think we're in need. And when we come back from this little infomercial break, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why right after this infomercial break. So Don't go anywhere. And if you're enjoying it, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you share the stream. We only got, how many on YouTube? Got 23 on YouTube. Let's get those numbers up. Let's get those numbers back up. 138 on Twitter. Appreciate y'all for tapping in on Twitter. Make sure y'all retweet over there on Twitter. 161 total. We got 4 reactions on Facebook. Appreciate y'all for tapping in on Facebook too. But right after we get back from this little infomercial break, giving a shout out to our sponsors, we're going to dive into the conversation. The Alabama offensive coordinator talk. Are we going to see some changes? Do we need to see some changes? We're going to talk about it, and we're going to bring some facts with it. We're going to talk about it with the numbers. We're going to bring the numbers into it, and then we're going to see what this staff has planned going forward, not just with the quarterback position, but play calling wise. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to our sponsors once again. Thank y'all for supporting the Coastal Network, Diamond Sports Group, Russell County Athletics, Carver High School, Montgomery Public School Athletics, and we got a few more. Got some Birmingham schools we're gonna be calling out. We got Mississippi, man. We got too many sponsors to add to our new sponsors video. So thank every sponsor that's tuned in right now, that's watching quietly, that's just tuned in to keep the numbers. Thank y'all for supporting and helping this channel grow. We're on to some bigger and better things this year. So here's to y'all.
Leandre Gota Tejus.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Give yourself a hand clap, man. Give yourself some applause. I appreciate y'all for real, man. I really do, man. You know what? So check this out. I love this. I love being in this position right here. And this is a personal moment for me. I love this because, one, this kind of reminds me of the beginning stages when I used to crank up my stream, and I would have 2 live viewers, 3 live viewers, 6 live viewers. Like, I would get excited. Those were the days where it really was like the grind. And I saw like how much energy and effort I had to put into what I did. So I'm back in that stage, and to see like the numbers getting back up to where they used to be, like or getting back up, watching them regrow. This is the time and phase to show some consistency. So that's what we want to do with the Coach Smook Network. We want to show some consistency here. So appreciate y'all for tapping in. I had to go get a I don't know if y'all know this trick. I don't know if y'all know this trick, but if you're ever like you're down with energy, right? Instead of buying an energy drink, I learned this. Go get you an off-brand Coca-Cola. And I don't drink a lot of them anymore. My significant others in the chat, I have not had a dark soda in a month. Since Christmas, right? Since Christmas. I have not had a dark soda. So today is emergency purposes only, because I did not bring my juices with me. I got my cola. My roommate got my cola, and but It's been proven. If you're low on energy or fatigue and you have like you're at work, go get you a cold cola based drink, like this type of drink, and take half. Don't drink the whole thing. I'm a pour. But if you drink half of it, I mean literally half, watch your energy change. Watch I mean just watch your body. It has enough sugar in half of it. Half of it. So trying to get me a Sam sponsorship. Let me put that right there. It look good on the desk too, don't it? Hey, Sam's Club, Walmart, sponsor Coach Smook Network. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And you look, I love this, man. I don't care. I love that. Having somebody just happy about rocking with you. That's because that's how I support my people. All my people. I support my people. Everything, anybody that's connected to me, that's ever been connected to me, I support you. Especially when you ask for me to help you or support you. I love seeing people be successful, because if I see you be successful, that means I could pour into myself and be successful, right? So if I could believe in you, I ought to be able to believe in myself. And that's what I live by, man. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. But topic of conversation here. Does Alabama need a new OC? Run it up in the chat. I want to see y'all thoughts in the chat. Let me pull up the numbers, because y'all know I'm a numbers guy. I like to talk facts. I saw a short, long-winded or something. I don't know. I forget the name of it. But I saw some comments, right? Or some statements being made about what this offense is supposed to do. And I love when people are so far wrong and they talk a lot. They talk about it for a long time. And it just, the longer you watch it or the longer you skim through it, you're like, what? So we're going to talk about numbers. I love to talk efficiency stats when it comes to just talking about trajectory for a team, right? When we talk about philosophy, style of play calling, when it comes to coaches. And then you also have to factor in assets available, meaning players available, skill sets on the field that you're working with, right? So we're going to dive into it. And I want to talk about the offensive side just to kind of get everybody, honed in on what's really happening with this offense and the development and what we can expect to see, from this team going forward. Let me pull up the Alabama football efficiency stats from 2024 so we can get into this talk, man. And this next season schedule is going to be fire. I'm telling y'all, man, that Florida State game going to be so hype. I think that's probably the one game that we will be able to go to next season, like actually be at, because of all the other obligations. But let's look at these efficiency stats. I want to look at the major stats here. And we just going to go through the years. We want to go through the years. We'll look at Alabama's, and then we'll look at Coach Kalen DeBoer's first season stats at Washington. And then we'll look at his first season stats at we won't even go back that far, because I don't think it's relevant anymore. All right, let me get this tapped in for y'all. See, that's why I can't wait to get a producer on screen for us. Go back. Man, I can't wait for Michael Penix to take over, y'all. And for my Falcons, for all my Falcons fans out there that's struggling like me to stay loyal, I am not mad at you. I understand. I get it. But what I will say is this. It'll be all over in the morning. As soon as we get rid of that joker in that front office, man. Home Depot did them good, man. All right, so I want to bring these two different statistics, these sets of statistics up for you all. And I want y'all to understand what we're working with too. Now, and I have to bring it up like this. So let's share this tab first. go ahead and bring this up. This is the statistics, the overall efficiency stats, your major statistics for Alabama last year. And this is, we're talking mainly offense right now. So let me see if I can move myself out of the way. There we go. I'm too small. Pause. Let me see. I'll go right here. Hey, we can do it like this. Yeah, this ain't bad. All right. So breaking it down, man. Let's just look at some of the numbers. Dive into the numbers, right? Total points per game, 34.5. I think that was like top 25 in the country, right? Total points, 449 was top 25. Total touchdowns, top 25. First down, we were outside of the top 50 with first downs. Rushing first downs, bottom 75 of rushing. Passing first downs, 127. Once again, our first down ratings weren't above the top because of how many explosive. We were very explosive when we were scoring, right? A lot of our scores were explosive plays. The third down efficiency, right there at 50%, something that this team has to. Kalen DeBoer and his staff have over time, over his tenure as a staff together, their third down efficiency rate has been a lot higher. Fourth down conversion rate right at 50%, right there where you want it. Now let's look at some of these passing numbers. Look at the pass attempts. Don't even look at completions. Let's look at attempts. 354 pass attempts, 3,000 yards, almost 10 yards per pass play. You know, that was at one point during the season when we checked, it was 11.7. You see it ends at the end of the season when Miro was struggling a lot more consistently throughout the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season. That average took a hit. The interceptions, 17 total interceptions this year, inexcusable, right? I mean, 11 interceptions, 17 passing touchdowns, inexcusable, right? You look at the run game, the rushing attempts. That's all I want to look at. The rushing attempts, 488 attempts, not the amount of yards, but 488 attempts. And there's a number that I want to go to that is going to be a complete change of how we view this offensive system and play calling by Nick Sheridan, right? Because look at the attempts, 88 attempts. Y'all know I'm going to be alluding to who took the majority of the attempts, but look at how many attempts there are. Dialed run play or run option type plays, right? Where you can capitalize and get running back the ball. You can literally use the run game, make the run game. 488 run snaps in the season is solid. That's borderline. You're talking about 1,200 plays, 866 plays, and 488 of them are run plays. So to say that this offense wasn't balanced or the play calling wasn't balanced is another lie. The play calling was more than balanced. It was about the decision making and the inconsistency of the quarterback, right? That affected the play calling. It wasn't the play calling. That's why there's a balance when you're talking about push and blame. I could never fully blame Jalen Murrow, and I could never fully blame Nick Sheridan when these numbers like this are produced, right? Total yards, 5,000 yards of total offense in the season, 410 yards per game. So it's not like we didn't have an offense. Very, very explosive offense. So that's just looking at the offensive numbers, okay? That's Alabama this season. Now, let's turn the page. And I'm just laying this out for y'all just to kind of open up this narrative and open up this conversation for when we open the phone lines again. Total points per game. And this is Washington first year under Kalen DeBoer with this new staff and this new offense. Good. Total points, 39.7. You look at where we were with Alabama, 34.5. And you had a quarterback in Michael Penix who was in his fifth year in the collegiate level, right? Fifth year. His first year on the Kalen DeBoer at Washington was his fifth year or fourth year. It was his fourth year, I believe. Total points, 516. You look back at Alabama, we had 449, not too far off. Total touchdowns, 65, 61 at Bama, 65 at Washington. Total first downs, 354. 271. I told you all the first down efficiency rate was a lot lower than what Kalen DeBoer and the staff was used to because of the type of plays that were being made to get first downs. This was an explosive team, a team that relied on the explosive play to just create momentum and score and separate in a lot of matchups. So this is where the numbers start looking off for Kalen DeBoer this year and his staff compared to what they're used to. You look at the third down efficiency rate. Y'all remember what I said? We need to be above 50%. This year with Kalen DeBoer and this staff, and Jalen Miro on this offense, 42%, I believe it was. 47%. So you're not at 50. You're not giving yourself that extra chance, that extra percentile or ratio of chance to extend drives, which is what this offense is supposed to be able to do when it's being dialed up right, when the ball is being thrown to the right place consistently, right? When the right run RPO reads are being made or the right read option reads are being made. This is what you want to set yourself up to do. Put yourself in 183 situations to get a third down, and you want to convert more than 50% of those. What did Alabama do? Well, we got into that situation over 150 times, but we couldn't convert more than 50% of those. Right? Now, total pass attempts, 575 first year under Kalen DeBoer at Washington, right? Total pass attempts at Alabama, 354. Over 125 less pass attempts. There needs to be volume passing in this offense in order for us to experience it. Jalen Miro not letting the ball go, not getting a lot of check downs is what helped this offense from going to the next level. Right? Wide receivers dropping early passes, in the quick game, early in the game. And that was a consistent thing. Wide receivers dropping passes early in the game. They mess up the momentum of the early quick pass game, the high volume pass game, because now your quarterback is second guessing. Now he's not seeing the field because you weren't reliable for him to secure the ball and just get. Man, how many times did we see wide receivers catch the ball in a quick pass and fumble it and have to recover fumble, right? To keep from turning the ball over after a good read by Jalen Miro. So we're looking at those numbers. Look at the pass attempts, 575. And this is Ryan Grubb calling the offense now. This is Ryan Grubb calling the offense, not Nick Sheridan. Rush attempts, 400 rush attempts under coach, under Ryan Grubb at Washington, calling the offense for Kalen DeBoer. 488 rush attempts at Alabama under Nick Sheridan. Play calling, man. Think about how many RPO alerts and how many RPO shots and lasers. Like RPO reads, bubbles, the RPO screen actions, like all of these different actions that we just did not see Miro flourish in. Something that was new to him, right? He didn't flourish in it. And a lot of times, instead of carrying out the play and making the reads look like what they're supposed to, actually looking out at the receiver or at your overhang, whether it's the linebacker or the safety, when you're carrying out that read option look, making a read off of him. If he's crashing, I'm throwing it out there. If he's going with the bubble, I'm handing it off. His eyes weren't in the right place consistently enough to make this offense stick to that volume of play calling or that volume of attempts with the play calling that you're putting out there. Total offensive plays at Washington under Kalen DeBoer his first year. Total number of plays under Kalen DeBoer at Washington his first year. I want y'all to check this out. 982. Total offensive plays for Alabama first year under Kalen DeBoer. 866. 866 offensive plays, chat. 100 less plays. So volume is the key to the success of this offense. Attempts. Look at the pass attempts that we outlined. 100 less pass attempts and almost 100 more rushing attempts. Not even by your running backs, by the quarterback. So I don't think the problem was Nick Sheridan. You guys wanted the Kalen DeBoer offense, right? Is that not what we asked for? We asked for the Kalen DeBoer offense from Washington to come in here. That's what we asked for, right? Bama Nation, we said we want that Washington Huskies offense to come to the University of Alabama with all these weapons we have, with this Ferrari. We won it. We won it. And we saw the play calling style be exactly what it was. But the first thing a lot of you fans did, a lot of your fair weather fans did, we ain't run the ball enough. Oh, we calling the run plays, though. We calling the run plays. We are definitely calling the run plays. I need my quarterback to be more consistent. So, turning the page, we get to see that. Why are we trying to get rid of the offensive coordinator for doing exactly what brought him success, this style of offense success previously? Why are we trying to call for his job? Why are we trying to call for it? And then also, everybody say he wasn't able to make adjustments. How when we're down or we have a momentum drive and we just gained 4 yards, 3 yards on 2 run plays, it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4, right? On 3rd down. And they got 8 in the box. Why would, as an offensive coordinator, why am I not giving my quarterback an opportunity to use his arm? He's a quarterback, right? I got all the speed at receiver. Why I'm not giving my quarterback, my 3rd-year quarterback, my 2nd-year starter, why am I not giving him an opportunity to be exactly what he came here to be, which is a quarterback? You have to believe that there was some type of instability in trust with this staff, so they had to go with their gut with a lot of these things. And a lot of these things, you dealing with mature players. Jalen Murrow was a mature player. I don't think they call the game the same if they have Ty Simpson out there or Austin Mack, a younger player with less experience. They kept rolling with the punches and kept putting our team in position offensively to have success. Go look at a lot of the plays. Go look at a lot of how everything played out. I guarantee you'll have a different aspect or a different outlook on this offensive coordinator. Now, if we come into this season, and I've said this, year 2 is the year where you actually get to make an impact. We saw Coach Saban do it. Really just flip. He took a year of evaluation, took what he was handed, and kind of held it together with what he could hold it together with. In year 2, you saw his plan really initiate. It was more so of a mindset year, the first year, a mentality, an assessment of how I want to approach this program and how we want to be what we have to be successful. And then you saw year 2 where it just kind of just turned on for the Saban era. I think we have an opportunity to do that in the NIL transfer portal era. Now, we got another conversation about that we're going to have in our second part of our subathon here at 12:30. Well, we're going to move that to 1:30. We're going to move that to 1:30. We already at 11:38. I did not know that. Man, time is going by when you're having fun, right? Shout out to the Big 23 in the chat on YouTube. Make sure y'all run the likes up in the chat. But opening the conversation, why does Alabama fans feel the need for a new OC? And why? And the phone line is open. We can call in and talk about that. We already talked to Zach this morning, so y'all, somebody else call in. Let's get somebody else thoughts on the OC conversation. It's a lot of talking heads that disagree with me, that think we need a new OC. What are your thoughts? Somebody, hey, right now, everybody in the chat, I need 10 people to go and retweet this. Does Alabama need a new offensive coordinator? Does Alabama need a new offensive coordinator? Go retweet it. If you're on Twitter and you're listening, retweet it. I'm asking you right now. I want some responses. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna retweet it. Cause I really wanna have this conversation. Give me a second, y'all. 334-625-1121. Let's dive into the conversation. Does Alabama need a new offensive coordinator? Shout out to the Big 20 in the chat. Hold on. Coach Smook call in live. Does Alabama There we go. I just tweeted it, so y'all ain't got to do all the hard work. If you just go retweet, give your thoughts. Yeah. My boy BT said no changes needed. Execution was a huge problem. I think you're going to have that in year one of any program, honestly. With any new staff, any head coaching changes, or even coordinator changes, you see where head coordinators and head coaches, when they get added to staff, there's always a stage of where things just don't match up in timing, right? And even this staff, as much continuity as there was on the offensive side, there had to be a play calling style that enhanced the development of the defense too. So this year, you saw a lot of things being figured out and balanced out, right? This first season with this whole staff together. And so now I think that's why Colin Hitchler it was easy to let him go, right? And move, Chuck Morale over to the defensive side, talking to Luke Metz earlier. They were going to workouts and, they're already getting the position working, the group working with the position coaches, so it's not like we lost anything on the staff or we need to add anything, especially on the offensive side. I think if they haven't been making a push to add any more offensive minds in that room, they freed up Chuck Morale to come and impact on the other side because he's good with the culture. He's familiar with the culture and he's in a position where he's familiar with helping a defensive coordinator, right? Offensively, I like Nick Sheridan working with my quarterbacks. I like Nick Sheridan being the primary play caller. I like where his mind is when he has a beat on what the defense is doing. He capitalizes. He puts the team in position to capitalize on that. I love what Jamarcus Shepard does in our pass game coordination. I love what Coach Cap is trying to implement as far as technique in our offensive line, our run blocking scheme. I'm telling you, man. And then the tight end room, I want to see them utilized more. And this offense does that. It does that. Nick Sheridan calls plays to where CJ Dupree and Robbie Oots are open on one side of the field by themselves. Danny Lewis wide open streaking down, against cover 3, and you don't throw the seam. You don't throw the seam in cover 3. Ty Simpson missed it a couple times when he was in the game too. So it's just all about understanding the language and what this offense is going to be requiring you to do. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. We got comments in the chat. Shout out to my guy Russell coming in. He said, I think we are fine with Nick. I would just really love to have Grubb back. Russell, you scared to call in on the phone line? Mike Jones said, run the football. Mike Jones, you clearly haven't been watching because I clearly just showed you that Alabama runs the football. Alabama actually ran the football 488 times this year. That's 88 more times than they did at Washington. Now, who ran the ball? So we can have a conversation about that too. But Alabama ran the ball. So for all these other talking heads that's on these panels saying we don't run the ball enough, go look at the numbers. We run the ball plenty. Let's be realistic about this transitional phase of what's going, how this needs to transition. You have a quarterback who's literally had the weight of the program put on his back. I remember what Kyle said about Jalen Miro, putting the back of Alabama, putting Alabama on his back. Yeah, I remember. Shout out to my guy Kyle, man. But why'd I do that? Anyway, I'm so crazy. I'm crazy. Y'all know Coach Smook, just he be doing his thing sometimes. But it's the Coke, man. It's the Coca-Cola. I'm sorry, y'all. That's what happened. You get a nice energy rush from it, and it got me up now. So, but you look at the offensive coordinators' production. Don't be nervous, Russell. It's a conversation, man. Just like you talking in the chat, you can talk on that phone line. Yeah, man. And it's one of those things where you sitting back and you're saying to yourself, like, Nick Sheridan really dialed it up. LSU game, dude. Texas A&M, USF game, Georgia, first half. I mean, even in the second half, he didn't. I believe they didn't change the play calling style up. It's just Miro got too greedy. He was getting greedy. Everything was deep ball for Miro in the second half. Everything he was trying to look deep. Wasn't no checkdowns. Wasn't no RPO. He was trying to take the ball himself, even after he looked like he got injured. And it was confirmation that he got injured. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, y'all, it's a lot of things that we can say. We got a phone call. Let me get this phone call. Don't hang up.
Russell McDaniel put me in the game, Coach.
Okay. My guy, Russell McDaniel, what's up, man? You in the game. Talk to me, man.
Hey, Coach Smook, this is Russell.
Okay. Russell, hold on. Let me get you straight, man. Let me get you a banner made, and then if you could, man, turn the stream down in the background. It sound like you already did. But if you could, turn it down for your boy. And then we can get into whatever conversation you want to talk about. I see you talking heavy on this offensive coordinator topic that we're here at Alabama with Nick Sheridan. But welcome to the game, man. And you said Russell McDaniel, right? This is my guy, Russ.
Yes, sir. I think Nick Sheridan, it's his first year in the SEC. So like you said earlier, everybody's going to struggle their first year. But, I think our problems were, Milroe couldn't really read a defense. And, there's guys like wide receivers, tight ends are wide open, and he never looks at them. That's not the OC's fault, in my opinion. Milroe, I love Milroe, and I'm really glad that, for the things he's done for us, and I really hope he's able to get in the NFL and he, flourishes. But it's either, I don't really care who's the next starting quarterback, as long as he knows how to read a defense and to get the ball to our best players.
100%, Russell. And I appreciate you for calling in. Don't go nowhere yet. Let's have this conversation. You said something that was very profound, and I think people have to really be careful with how they throw that narrative out there. I don't think Milroe couldn't read defenses. I think some of the concepts that were being taught to him in this phase of offense, the vertical concept, passing concept, can mess up a lot of strong arm guys, quarterbacks. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what your knowledge is of the football game, but if you get a strong arm guy who may not be accurate, right, as accurate as others, you tell him that we're running a vertical passing concept. That's the basis of our concept. Your first read is going to be a vertical read. Those guys tend to stare down those passes long because they know one or two, one out of every two. They got the chance with the speed. They got the faster guy. They got the wide receiver that's in position. That's usually what happens, and that's what stunts their growth. And that's what we saw with Milroe in his development. You saw him early in the season not relying on that deep ball as much. Really, his mechanics were solid. We saw the throwing motion there. We saw him stepping up in the pocket. Even plays where protection was breaking down, we were getting onto him for holding on to the ball. But we could see where he was actually maneuvering in the pocket. So when he hit that peak, though, we saw a quick development peak for Milroe. And it happened in the first quarter of the season. The first 3 games of the season, you saw him peak to where it was like round 1. And then you saw where he developed to was nowhere near where he should be to fully operate this offense. And that's not a bad thing in a sense. It hurts to not see this offense at its full capability. But you look at the schematics of the play calling, like you said, Nick Sheridan is nowhere near to blame for it, because I guarantee you give Tuitt a lot of those play calls. You give Bryce a lot of those play calls. You give Mac Jones a lot of those play calls with the same assets available. We're not saying anything about Nick Sheridan as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. I never thought Nick Sheridan was the problem. I see people all over TikTok and stuff saying, then OC needs to go. I'm like, dude, there's people wide open just about, maybe not every play, but Milroe's just got to go through his progressions, I think, like you said a few lives ago, he's a 1-2 progression read, or however you say it. And, he only goes to either Ryan Williams or Jeremy Bernard, or he might be just, or if it's not open, I've seen him throw it anyway. And, it sometimes gets intercepted.
Right. And that's what you can't have. That's something that when I say he peaked, like, you just see uncharacteristic things. When you see a player especially at the quarterback position in football, when somebody that's going to be noticed for trying to do too much quicker than anybody on the field, and it's hard to hide, is the quarterback. The play literally, when the action of the play, not the start of the play is with the center, but the action of the play solely depends on what the quarterback does. And when he does too much, it affects the flow, right? When you're not allowing everybody to do their job, it affects the flow. And that's what we saw. And to his defense, let's look at what he was stacked against coming into the season. Nobody on that offense can say they understand fully what was required of them in order to make this offense be what we expected it to be. If we're being honest, nobody did it. Offensive line, wide receivers drop passes, offensive line missed blocks, running backs weren't stepping up in pass pro earlier in the season, right? Justice Haynes, loved the young man, but definitely was the most hesitant backing out of the backfield coming into the season. I mean, hesitate on every handoff. So
yeah, he sure did.
It was a lot of continuity aspects that we did not have. It was just a lack of chemistry. But development wise, I never was on the side of saying that that Milroe was the best in the room, developed, the most developed. I just felt like he was the best option because even when we saw Ty come in, man, we saw that vertical concept. You saw it. Ty was trying to carry out plays longer than what they need to be, with his limited opportunities. And it's just that vertical concept. When you have a strong arm or you feel like you're a strong arm or quarterback and you've been taught that that's what you're going to get stuck on that. If you're not experienced in the system, in the philosophy, you can get stuck on that number one read because it's going to win at some point. If your protection can hold up 3.8 seconds, 3.6 to 3.8 seconds, you're going to win that route, no matter what your coverage is. But it's not that type of game anymore. You get anywhere from 2.1 to 2.7 on average right now between snap and ball need to being out. I think we got to factor all that in. But so you're here for the OC conversation. Let's kind of flip it to this to kind of carry out. You got about 7 more minutes on this conversation. I'm glad you called in, Russell. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome, man.
So and we've had this conversation. You remember my live about a month and a half ago now. Ryan Grubb could possibly be getting fired at Seattle. 2 weeks later, it happens. Everybody's asking, when is Ryan Grubb coming to Alabama? I tell you my feels on it. I told you my feels on it 2-3 weeks ago. I updated everybody yesterday on how quiet it's been, how the conversations have kind of ceased. The last conversation happened maybe a week and a half ago where he was actually, in contact in T-Town. You get what I'm saying? So my question is this, and I gave my synopsis on this. If Ryan Grubb is brought back to this staff, in what aspect is he going to be effective? I don't think he needs to come in and call plays for us. I don't think he needs to come in and call do anything. If anything, he just needs to be more of a not an analyst, be assistant to the head coach, help the design of play calling, not play call, not give me plays to call, but design. This is what we need to do strategically. Now form your play calling sheet and your scheme to do this. What do you see Ryan Grubb, if he comes back to Alabama, what do you see his overall input possibly being?
I don't really know. You could make him I don't know if you'd agree with this, but co-offensive coordinator. I'm not sure where I would put him because he hasn't and I don't know this. I don't think he's coached a offensive position, so can't really.
Well,
so, I don't know.
he has experience running back, quarterback, tight ends, but more so he's thrived, and I think his career began as offensive quality control, and then Kalen DeBoer, and I mean his knowledge of the game calling aspect of the game is what I believe separates him from other coordinators, and I think that's a reason why when in the job market, him being under Kalen DeBoer has kind of built his value. Not him in himself, like him being an actual play caller, but him being able to do it in the system that he's learned in, right? And you saw that kind of go into what happened at Seattle this season in the NFL. A lot of opportunity. I mean, if you look at it, and let's be real, my NFL fans, if you watch the Seahawks this season with Geno Smith and that off, it kind of looked like Alabama, did it not? So for all my fans out there, just give me some feedback. If you watch the Seahawks from this past season in the NFL, it kind of looked like Alabama, but even the rule changes kind of affected play calling, you know, all of that. But it really looked, oh man. So if I'm thinking about it, Ryan Grubb to me, like you said, co-offensive coordinator, I can't have him even there. I think you bring him in as a analyst, put him up in the box, get, you know, limited interaction during game time, but during the week, game prep planning, scouting, maybe give him a position where he's in charge of the offensive quality control personnel team. I think that's usually like 6 to 8 individuals on each side of the ball, right? You give him that. And as far as the prep and the numbers that go behind game planning, I think you put the staff in a lot better position to just develop the on-field product.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I'm excited about this next season. I'm excited who the quarterback is, and you know, I can't wait to see Jam Miller and our running backs, and wide receivers.
Facts. Okay,
I mean,
I'm gonna give you a bonus. I'm gonna give you a bonus thought to close out this conversation, man. Wide receivers,
all right,
not named Ryan Williams, not named Jeremy Bernard. Who are you looking at to be that dude that's going to be able to? I mean, because it's no secret that this offense is going to be on a different level. No matter which quarterback ends up getting the starting spot, we're going to see a higher volume of passes. Literally 3 gunslingers at quarterback. A lot of people don't know Austin Mack is going to, he's not a dual threat quarterback. Big body, want to throw the ball, wants to get the ball in the air, no huddle, up tempo is what he wants to do. Making reads at the offensive line, all of that. Same thing Ty Simpson wants to do. Same thing Keelan Russell wants to do. So we're going to see the ball flying around a lot.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, who you got?
I got 2 names. Either Isaiah Horton, the Miami transfer, or Jalen Hale.
Isaiah Horton and Jalen Hill. In the chat. Bonus question today. Wide receiver not named Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard. Who's going to step up this season and have a breakout year? Russell McDaniel, I appreciate you for tapping in, man. And look, don't be scared to call in, man. It's literally a conversation. Act like you're talking to one of your cousins or something on the phone about Alabama football, because that's the type of environment we want to create here on the Coach Smook Network, man.
Yeah, all my cousins are Georgia fans.
Man, you know what? Dogs, man. Dogs, brother.
Yeah.
A dog can't say nothing to me this offseason. They embarrass themselves and us. First you lose to us.
They can't say nothing. I mean, you just lost to a guy that the first year in the SEC. I mean, how in the world? I mean, come on. You got a guy that's head coach, Kirby Smart's been in the SEC. How long? And you just lost to a guy that's the first year in SEC.
Hey, pop your stuff, Russell. I felt like this Georgia stuff it struck a nerve with you. I'm gonna give you about 45 seconds. Just make it make sense for me. How can a Georgia fan say anything to me or you as a Bama fan? Give me your thoughts behind that. Where's the logic behind it?
Well, what it is that they're just they know the truth that Alabama's better. They just try to make themselves feel better, you know, saying 33 to 18. Okay, yeah, but the only reason why they won that game is because Jameson Williams and John Mechie went down. And I keep telling them, you need proof. Look at the SEC game. I mean, we destroyed them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they ain't nothing but little puppy dogs wanting to be someone that they ain't. You know, and if you want, exactly. And you keep trying to be like the GOAT, you're gonna fail every time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we beat them. I forget what year it was, 2018 or 2017, but we beat them twice, SEC and national championship. I think it was 17.
17, yes, sir.
I mean, dang. Well, I was stressing, especially when Tua got sacked.
Listen. We ain't got to relive. We don't have to relive that 30 seconds before 2nd and 26. We don't have to talk about that. We just need to talk about 2nd and 26. Shout out to my guy, Christian Hughes, in the chat. But Russell, I appreciate you for calling in, my guy. For real, man. Great conversation. And believe it or not, man, you did a full 15-minute phone call on the Coach Smook Network, bro. That's an accomplishment.
All right, man. Thank you. Hey, everyone in the chat, make sure you run up those likes and, make sure you follow, because I don't follow another Alabama program that's better than Coach Smook. He does it the best.
Man, what? Look, my boy Russ giving flowers. I'm in my little good space because my boy Russell publicly out here giving flowers. You into the conversations. I see your comments. You are very into the conversations. You listen. You like to respond. You like to interact. I see you every time you're in here. So that's I appreciate that, man, 100%. And enjoy the rest of your day, man, and roll tide, my boy.
All right, yes, sir. Thank you. Roll tide, roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Another great phone call here on the Coach Smook Network. Russell McDaniel tapping in and getting in the game. Letting his thoughts be heard, man. We got enough time for another phone call if y'all want to jump in on that bad boy. 334-625-1121. Another phone call, man. This is awesome. Try to get 3 or 4 phone calls in on these shows, man, when we have them like this. Some good conversation. I love it, man. My guy Christian Hughes tapping in. I appreciate y'all for tapping in today, man. We having some good fun. Having some fun. Oh, Lord of Jesus. I done tapped out of this stream. I'm not supposed to be doing that on this computer. Oh, yeah, we got up to 38 likes, man. We need 2 more likes to get to 40. Let's get this to 40 likes, man. Mary J. Face flower shake. What's this emoji? I can't see it. Oh, I do see it now on this screen. I can't wait to get the updated thingamabob so the emojis can show up like the actual YouTube emotes. They can show up on the screen. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in today, man. It's been a vibe. It's been a real vibe. We got about 8 minutes left on the show. I think we're going to go ahead and close the phone line down and get into our basketball talk because we got some games to tap into tonight. Alabama men's basketball versus LSU. So we're going to go ahead and close the phone line down. And we'll save these other topics for our next part of our subathon at 1:30, y'all. At 1:30. I seen you giving some flowers, Mary J. I see it. Yeah, my sister. Well, y'all, I really appreciate y'all. Now, let's talk about this before we get out of here, man. Alabama basketball versus LSU basketball tonight. We're gonna I'm posting the edit for the women's game today. That has to get posted today. So we might do part 2 of the subathon at 2:30 because 1:30. Let me think. 2:30. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do a watch party for the Alabama LSU game. And we'll go from watch party to gaming stream, late night gaming stream. How about that? That way we give everybody some time to kind of go digest this morning's segment, right? We give everybody a chance to promote tonight's subathon watch party, Alabama LSU subathon watch party. And then we come back tonight and we turn up. Bring your cups, everything you need to turn up. Bring it to the show tonight because we're gonna be watching the Alabama LSU. And listen, I might get crazy enough. I might start off a stream on YouTube because I got the software. Y'all know how I roll. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. I did it during football season. I ain't gonna say it right now because folks, but it's the green screen, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to get into it. But tonight, Alabama versus LSU. Number 4, Alabama, ranked Alabama versus LSU. Let me pull up the storyline for it tonight. Pull up the storyline for that bad boy. All right, so ESPN has it. Y'all see me scrolling. Number 4, Alabama hosts LSU following Diabate's 22-point game. Game comes on at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be live at 7:15, 7:20-ish. Get ready to do the live watch party again. Y'all actions, y'all reviews, reactions to it, right? Alabama hosts LSU after Muhammad Diabate scores 22 points in their victory over Vanderbilt. We already talked about that on the show earlier this week. LSU is struggling. This team is struggling, but this is a team that inside the paint, they're gonna take their shots. They're gonna take their chances inside. They're gonna try to get to the rim. I think us being a perimeter-based team, especially offensively, and the activity on our defensive end, on the perimeter, is going to keep us safe in this game. This LSU team is don't let the record fool you. That 1-4 conference record is against the top 4 teams, top 5 teams in the conference right now. They're on their gauntlet part of the schedule for basketball, right? I think our team is more along as far as development at this point in the season than LSU and the other teams. Shout out to the 41 likes on the stream too, man. Appreciate y'all for getting those likes in for your boy. But we do have this game coming on tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern on the SEC Network. Be ready to tap in. Mark Sears and the guys. Mark Sears ready to lead this team. I think we got Aiden Sherrill should be working his way back in still, coming off the injury. Trying to get to the Alabama stats. Here you go. Let's look at some of the numbers here. You got Mark Sears averaging 19. That's it. Makes sense because we've had a lot of good scoring spread with this team. I look at the points per game averages right now. You look at 19 for Mark Sears, Grant Nelson at 12. Reisel been out the whole season still. Well, he only played 8 games, so. And they're actually giving Latrell Reisel is getting a medical red shirt. I believe they're going to grant him a medical red shirt. They've already filed for it. I don't know if it's been approved yet, but that was a storyline that got put out, I believe, 2 days ago. Again, Aiden Highway, LeBaron Philon, both of these guys are guards that we brought in to kind of bolster up the scoring output for the guard position to get it past Mark Sears being the primary scorer. And they're doing their part. They're getting comfortable. I think Aiden Holloway has kind of turned the curve now that he's buying in on defense. Got in foul trouble, 2 games ago against Ole Miss? And ever since then, you see 3 games ago, you see his defensive pressure dialing up, his intensity on the defense. Chris Youngblood giving you quality minutes and quality secondary, role players type scoring, mainly from the 3-point line the last few games. You look at the team's overall 3-point percentage, not shooting the best 3-point percentage, right? But the volume is there. Still at that 1 for 3 ratio with the 30%. Right at 33%, we're sitting at 32.5%. So right there at where you want to be at. Can we get that up to like 40, 41% to really be elite with the volume of 3 points we take? Can we get it up there? Free throw percentage got to get past this 70% mark. We need to be at a 78 to 81% free throw percentage rate if we're going to make those deep runs in the tournament, right? And you got to think a lot of these free throws a lot of these percentages, you're not going to see these guys with the ball in their hand in those big moments, right? You're not going to see guys with the ball in their hand like Darren Reed. You won't see him with the ball in his hands a lot. Grant Nelson, need you to shoot better. You getting a lot of action around the rim and getting to the line. Need you to shoot better. Jaron Stevenson, same thing. You're a slashing type guy that's going to get to the rim and going to get to the line. You got to hit those. And Aiden Sherrill, the young man, freshman, I think he's going to finally get his legs under him, his college ball legs under him, and be able to be an impact. So working these guys in, coming into tonight's game against LSU, I think it's going to be a vibe. I think this team is going to be crazy hype with it being a home game. I think the stadium, the Coleman Coliseum, is going to be packed and ready to go crazy for this LSU game, another conference game. We're in the conference part of this schedule, and all the games here on out matter. They really matter when you talk about tournament and conference tournament time. It matters. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tapping in today, man. I really do. Y'all just don't understand, man. I'm grateful. I'm grateful, y'all. I really am. I know a lot of people have been wondering what's been going on. Nothing but the same old stuff. We're turning the page and we're going to another level here on the Coach Smook Network. We're allowing God to do what he's going to do. Just like I told y'all last week, man, it's going to come a time where you really have to dial in and trust the process. Trust God against all odds, against all the naysayers, against everything, and just thrive and being happy, focusing on the positive things so that you can thrive and you don't have to worry about all the extra stuff. New chapter, the next chapter. I watched this YouTube channel called The Next Chapter is Basketball Content, and I actually have an opportunity to go and do some content with them when they come back to Alabama. Yes, Coach Smook is getting back on the court. So yeah, that's why I've been eating good. That's why I've been in the gym. I'm getting back into playing shape, and your boy's getting back on the court. So I hope y'all ready to look at that content. We probably will feature some of it on this channel, but we got a couple of leagues we're going to jump in. Got a flag football league we looking to jump in. Got a flag football team that we're going to be putting together for the travel ball season of 2026. Just a lot of things happening. We collabing and just using the network to continue to grow, right? And continue to spread this community. And don't forget, guys, this afternoon when we go back live this evening, tonight, we will be reacting to every high school player that hits me up on Twitter that wants an opportunity for their film to be seen. We'll be doing a late night film session where we just reacting to high school players' film, and we're going to do it for an extended amount of time. So if players come on live, hopefully we'll be able to get some of the players to check in with us this afternoon. The current players on roster at Bama, or even some guys that transfer, we've been checking in with everybody, getting them to tap in, seeing how life is going since they left Alabama. The recruits, so there's 25 class, 26, 27 guys. Get ready to tap in and let's have some conversations tonight. Talk about your career, see where you want to do and how you want to grow, and how Coach Smook can help you get to the next level. Shout out to some youngers out there that's really been making some waves in the recruiting space, the recruiting landscape. Some guys that I personally have been talking to and have been watching, and they give me credit for giving them some exposure. But to be honest, they're the ones doing it. You know, I'm grateful to be considered a platform that they can use, you know, to get some exposure. So shout out to my guy Sadari Morgan, T.I. Mims, these young men going off to their Sadarian's going into his senior year, one of the top prospects, if not the top wide receiver in the state of Alabama in the 26th class. Getting a lot of looks from a lot of your D1 programs. You got Aiden Kane over in Dutchtown in Georgia. Shout out to him. You got the young man Barringer. Let me pull out my list. I got a whole list, man. I'm gonna stop trying to remember stuff like I got this good memory. You got Bear McWater. We got to speak with him 2 days ago. Good conversation there. My youngin Xavier Crowell out of Jackson, Alabama, the number one running back in the state of Alabama, hands down. Number one in the state of Alabama, and possibly the number one in this class of the number one running back in the 2026 class. We're going to see. We're going to see how this plays out. But you got Messiah Hampton, the wide receiver out of athlete. I don't just limit him to wide receiver because you can put the boy on the field and just about anywhere. And he's going to be effective running back, wide receiver. He can play safety, but I think he's going to be a wide receiver at the next level. 4-star. A lot of people are doubting him because my boy playing out of New York. But y'all better stop doubting them guys up in the Northeast. Football is everywhere now. Better believe it. Just like the basketball went international on us, football is getting international. Ask Justin O. Ask a lot of these kids that's coming out of Canada. You think North Dakota been producing those type of products? No. They coming from Canada. Best believe it. South America. Sliding in. You got the Polynesian culture, the Polynesian culture starting to really affect recruiting. People are going to the West Coast. They're getting overseas to, not overseas, but they're getting over to Hawaii. They're getting overseas to the Philippines and to some of these places. And giving football is getting past the United States. So get used to it. Some more names. Jonah Winston. Shout out to him, man. Appreciate you. And Dorian Barney. Y'all remember Dorian? Y'all know who Dorian Barney is. I'm just scrolling. I'm just looking at names. Langston Hogg is another name to be on the lookout for. Who else, man? DJ Caffey. That's my youngin right there. Listen, we got all these names. We got all these guys from Chilton County, DJ Caff. We got a lot of names, 25, 26, 27 kids that's going to be featured on this news segment under the radar. So get as many eyes over here as y'all can tonight so we can have fun. Got some gaming content. I might kick the gaming content off to start the stream just so we can open it up for conversation, get people talking, get some views over here, and then we'll switch it up when we feel the vibe. And then we'll watch. As a matter of fact, we'll do watch party, recruiting, and then video game. We'll end the night gaming. So I could wake up for church on time. But once again, thank y'all for tapping in today. 167 on Twitter, 25 here on YouTube. Thank y'all for tapping in on YouTube. We got our like goal. We got up to 42 likes. Definitely want to try to get back up to 50, but we hit the 40 like goal today for unplanned stream. Thank y'all. And final question as we on the way out. I seen Byron Walker came. He said, so if Ryan Grubb is announced as an analyst, when do you think it will be? I don't think as far as an analyst, especially if it's an off-field position, I don't think it'll be pressed to announce it until after spring or make the move to after spring when you figure out what you're going to have on your roster. I think right now the staff is doing the perfect thing by focusing on recruiting and solidifying what's on roster, what's going to be on roster, who's projected to stay on roster. And then with the staff, they're getting their faces out in the right spots in recruiting. So Ryan Grubb not being mentioned in any major coaching jobs is great for us, for the ones that feel like we need them on the staff in some type of facet. That's great. I don't think he's a hot commodity, and that's not because he's not a good coordinator. I think there's sometimes it's good to just be. Sometimes Scottie Pippen just needs to stay Scottie Pippen, right? Sometimes Derek Fisher, Robert Ory, it's been some greats. Jamal Crawford, 6th man of the year, greatest 6th man of NBA history. If you ask me, one of the greats. Tried to be a starter. His career wasn't. He was a career 6th man. They all-star games as a 6th man, right? Everybody ain't made to be in the front, right? I've been saying that about this content creation. Everybody ain't made to be on screen. I'm just saying. Hey, shout out to, I almost forgot too, man. Shout out to the young boy Noah Carter. Turning another year old. I think he's 19 today. Young boy Noah Carter, 19. Shout out to him. Happy birthday, Noah Carter. No, I know we don't rock with y'all know, but still rock with my boy Noah. That's my boy. Love him. Shout out to Will, whole gang, Ebony, everybody. Shout out to him. And shout out to my youngin' Rock Montgomery too. I can't even lead this show. Rock Montgomery, Abdul Sanders, Dejon Lee, Luke Metz, all you guys that I crossed paths with at the last game, South Carolina game. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. It's I really appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do to just kind of just support and be real with your boy. It's funny when y'all be like, like I ain't even age yet. All right, so chill out with that. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the interactions. Shout out to a lot of these large name talking heads out here, that big name talking heads. I've been having some conversations, y'all, and God is my witness. Last year, if I would have kept fooling around with some of the people that was in this circle, I would have missed out on this. People that I thought cared and really were just, if now that I look back on, they were really just trying to keep me in a space where they felt like they had control. God really shifted this thing, and now y'all about to see a different level of Coach Smook Network that y'all have never seen before. Everybody attached to it, every talent, every entity that's attached to it that's really stuck and stuck it out with us, just stay tuned and watch what happens. But with that being said, I'm your boy Coach Smook here on the Coach Smook Network, and this is the end of this chapter. This is the last time you're going to see this type of show. Not this type of show, but this is the last time you'll see this level of Coach Smook Network. Next time you tap in, we'll be on to something bigger, right? Something bigger that's starting tonight with our Subathon. Make sure y'all continue to share the stream, share the channel, let everybody know to follow, like, share, subscribe to the Coach Smook Network. And when you see me in the streets, holla at your boy. Stay put me in the game, Coach Smook. I appreciate y'all. Catch y'all on the next one.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach